Hey guys, and welcome to this new video. Now today we'll be going through a good ball mastery full train session. This should last you around 1 hour to 1 hour and 15 minutes, and it should also test your cardio a little bit along with your ball mastery. Now in this you'll learn some new drills to help implement in your game more technical ability to just really master the touch of the ball, to help you feel more comfortable in different game-like situations so you can thrive in your game. Now here I'm just starting with a good warm-up so I can make sure to be good and ready for when I'll be starting my first drill. You want to make sure that you're doing these regularly and before almost every single practice so you can feel ready and really get as many benefits as possible out of your training sessions. Obviously when you're warmed up, you're a little bit more explosive and you're just ready to go. Get a resistance band like this one to also add into your warm-ups. I feel like this is really important, especially for soccer players, to really make sure that you get your hip flexors and your groins really warmed up before your training session. I'm somebody who has dealt with a lot of groin pain and issues playing, and so I really want to make sure that I'm really warmed up and ready to go for every single session that I do. These are really helpful to reduce the risks of injuries for your groins and your hip flexors, and so you really want to make sure that you take these seriously and add them as many times as possible into your warm-up routine. So first up, you'll just want to add a little square like so, about like 1.5 meters per side of the square, and we'll just be going through a couple of exercises to really make sure that our touches are clean and that we're warmed up to really start this training session. And so you'll just start with a simple juggling warm-up, and so you want to go for 50 on the left, 50 on the right, and then 100 alternating, and about 50 hip height juggles with your laces. And for this first drill, you'll just be doing a little bit of tight space dribbling, and so you'll have these 5 different exercises that will test out different parts of your foot so that you can really develop your technical abilities. So first you'll have the V in front, and so obviously here you've got 2 videos. The one on the left is me just doing it stationary, just to make sure I'm very warmed up. And the second one on the right is where I'm really making a game realistic and try to make my touches as big as possible and try to go as fast as possible. You also don't want to go too fast because you don't want to neglect the actual move itself. Now it's basically the same principle here as on the left. I'm taking smaller touches and just staying a little bit more stationary, and on the right I'm taking bigger touches to try to make it as deceiving as possible and to make it as game realistic as possible. Now this will be the case for all of these next exercises, and so the one on the left will be a more stationary one and the one on the right will be a more game realistic, and we'll be putting more emphasis on the move itself. Now for a first actual drill, we have the Ronaldinho drill. Now I love this one because it just really works on your technical ability, and you can also freestyle through it a little bit, and so you can really try different moves and different areas of the foot to try to feel as comfortable as possible and to really do it at a very high speed and just do whatever comes to mind at first. Now here you'll be starting at one end of the cone, going through the maze, and then coming out the other way and basically doing the same thing another time. That will count as one rep, and you'll want to do this 5 times in total, and that'll be it for the first drill. 2, we'll be doing the S-weave speed drill. Now, I really like this drill because it really focuses on dribbling at really high speeds, which I feel like is really neglected in a lot of training videos. Now, even as a center back, this is really important for me just to really try to practice, even at high speeds, keeping a good technical ability to able to keep the ball on my feet and to really make sure that I don't lose the ball in different scenarios. Obviously, in this, I'll be making a couple of mistakes, and that's normal because you really want to push yourself to a level where you don't really feel comfortable. Now, you could be doing this at about a 70% capacity, but also you won't be getting as many benefits. And so if you really try to go at really like 100% and push yourself at the highest level possible, where making those mistakes are basically going to be inevitable, that's where I really see the improvements. Just finish off some of my drills with a little bit of juggling. So here you'll have 50 hip height juggles after doing a cardio-like exercise, just to make sure that I stay concentrated even when I'm tired. And so this is a nice little challenge to just make sure that you are still working even when you're resting.